with another quick video. It's gonna be short, but we're gonna talk about devaluing light-skinned brothers and how they use these tactics to devalue you. And you brothers already know this stuff already. And I tell y'all all the time that the light-skinned black man's stock is higher than everybody's. Out of all groups of men on the planet Earth, your stock is the highest on planet Earth. So they have to do something to devalue your stock. They'll talk down on your stock, but they deep down inside they know that you're the best catch on the planet Earth. Alright, you're like a stock that get constantly talks down. Alright. So they have to devalue you. Alright, and make it seem like it's something wrong with you, or to keep people away from you. Alright? Especially you light-skinned brothers in America. But we're going to talk about how they devalue light-skinned men. All groups of men, especially black men, it's most popular amongst them. And first, we're going to talk about the brother Four Light and how he had a YouTube live, and he was showing this chick. Right, I remember them from back in the day. Her name is Heather, and T-Rail. And basically, they was on the podcast, and basically they had this light-skinned cat. They basically jumped this light-skinned cat. They jumped this light-skinned cat, and the dark-skinned dude, who was a homosexual, Crip, by the way, tried to stereotype him in front of a bunch of women. That's what they do. And said he's acting light-skinned. All right, basically calling that man a bitch. Basically, that's what they mean by that. That's a tactic they try to use to emasculate light-skinned brothers in front of women. It's also a tactic they use to get light-skinned men not to react. They say you're acting light-skinned again because they try to gaslight you out of feeling not defending yourself. All right. And the light-skinned girl, Heather, she jumped on the dark-skinned dude's side. And the reason she jumped on his side, she said it herself, because she has to prove her blackness. That's why a lot of light-skinned broads, or these little mulatto broads, they always dick riding dark-skinned people because they have to prove their blackness. And what she's really saying is that she doesn't see him as a black man, as a real black man. That's why I feel like y'all have to separate from that black title, because it doesn't benefit y'all. They don't view y'all as an authentic black male. Even though our people are not black, we come in various shades of brown, like the scriptures say. But they don't view you as the authentic thing. So she had to basically, it's the typical thing you see in a black community. They have to sacrifice the light-skinned Israelite man or the black man, light-skinned black man, in order to prove their blackness. All right. And that's a tactic that they use, is by emasculating you to prove that they're down with the hood, or down with the knickknacks of the community, because that's just what they do. And the reason why a lot of dark-skinned males do this is obviously to cock block you from getting with women, period, because they know that you're the most desired man on the planet Earth outside the black community. It's obviously to get with your counterpart. They want to make them baby mamas and trash them, and they know once they get with them, they have no value nowhere else, and they don't take light-skinned women seriously. That's why they all end up baby mamas, the vast majority of them. And once they conquer them, you'll notice they have light-skinned women, while they with them, trash light-skinned guys. And it's not because they're trying to get with more light-skinned women. No, they're trying to get other groups of women who are not black American, who's to say that, like white women, Asian women, and they're trying to make it a trend to devalue you. So once they get tired of light-skinned women, they can just throw them away and make white women not want y'all, and they can just go off and jump ship and jump the dating market in the black community and get with white women and make more mixed kids and stuff. So that's why they do that, because they're really not just competing with y'all for light-skinned women. They already done conquered light-skinned women for the last 50 plus years. They've been treating them like whores, and that's not nothing new to them. They're trying to get to other groups of women. All right? And they're trying to indoctrinate them with that stereotype that dark-skinned men are more masculine and all this other shit. And they also have black women on their side as well, and light-skinned women. So they're trying to devalue you. They're trying to tarnish your image. All right? If they're trying to tarnish your image, they're trying to kill you. They're trying to tarnish you. All right? So they'll use those tactics in order to devalue. Your stock is the highest on the planet Earth, but everybody has to act like it's not. All right? They have to walk around talking about how frail and how effeminate you are, but you built the earth if you actually go through history. You dominate all the sports. You are the most masculine man on the planet Earth. All right, it's just that you're a little confused right now because you have a lot of factions who go against you from stopping, to reaching, to get what you need to go. All right. How do you distract a god? I'm not calling you a god as in you're the most high. No, I'm saying that you're a god, meaning you're the judge of the earth. But how do you kill a god? You tag team him and you hit him in places that he don't see coming. That's what they do to the light skinned brothers. All right. You turn around, you got dark skinned brothers. You thought you was your brothers. They hit you in a certain spot. Then the dark skinned sisters who you thought was your sisters, they backstab you. Then you got the light skinned sisters who hit you with a headshot. Then you got to deal with the white man and him oppressing you. So that's how you distract a god. That's how you conquer a god. Is you hit him in places, you build relations with him, you hit him in places that he don't see coming. All right. That's why they do that. All right. I believe it's a scripture in Jeremiah who talks about light-skinned brothers in the last days and how y'all would be going through. I think it goes something like the speckled bird and how other birds will run up against it in order to devour it. It's talking about the light-skinned brothers in the last days, basically, the speckled birds. But yeah, they try to devalue the mulatto man and the light-skinned brothers because they know that y'all the most talented, y'all look the best, and they want to see y'all. They like to see confusion amongst light-skinned people. They get off on it. All groups, especially dark-skinned black people. That's why they do that. And they work through the woman because they know that she's the weak, easier vessel. She's easier to manipulate. And 10 times out of 10, it works. All right? And you can conquer the man by conquering the women. I said that in my last video how in the animal kingdom, they use the female whale. If they really want the male whale, they use the female whale and conquer her because it's in a man's nature. Once they get the female whale, it's in a man's nature to want to protect the women. So if you get the women and you reel her in, the man is automatically going to follow because it's in his nature to follow and protect the woman. So by default, the male whale is going to follow her when she's reeled in, and now they got the male whale as well. So that's why they work through the woman always. She's an open vessel for demons. All right. So they try to devalue your image, because they know the truth. All right. Light-skinned brothers, even since America's inception, they never wanted a mulatto class in America because they understood that you was a threat. All right. They never wanted light-skinned people to come together and be separate and be your own autonomy. They never wanted that. That's why you never had that. All right. Because they understand that y'all going to surpass everybody as far as looks and brains and beauty. So that's their fear. All right. They have a phobia about that. I actually read an article about how white women, it was this white guy. And this white guy, it's a black book series, but he was basically saying that he didn't fear the dark-skinned Negro. He mainly feared the mulatto and the light-skinned Negro because it had to do with white women and how white women, since they have a little bit of that, especially the mixed race, but they have a little bit of that Caucasian element in them, white women would be more comfortable and more acceptable to sleep with them. All right, same thing with the black male. All you hear about is how black women prefer light-skinned. That's all they cry about. All right. So this is a part one. I'm going to make it an ongoing series. Give me your thoughts and opinions. I'm going to see you on the next one.